Hi audience, this is Sherry from EventBlock Media. Sitting beside me is Mr. LeoPang from Mint AI. Hi Leo, how are you? Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience who might not be familiar about you?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Leo. I'm the founder and CEO of Mint AI. Mint AI is a company focusing on computer vision, and our application is basically give every robot or self-driving cars a pair of eyes. It can actually use that eyes to recognize where it is located, and also navigation around. Then if you see something in front of you, either a human beings or a car, it can actually detect that and go around that. So we developed this sensor we call a stereo camera with a structured light and IMU. We also build applications on top of that to do the navigation. Then we develop solutions for different industry. Like for example, we are applying this technology to the cleaning bot. Those are cleaning vacuum, right? Because the cleaning vacuum used to be really dumb, just go randomly and hit the wall and coming back. Recently, people use either a single camera or use this single line LiDAR, so that they can actually build a map and they can plan the path. But the problem is that still exists is you cannot detect the object in front of it, like how, for example, there is the sofa, and the sofa is the gap is this tall. You cannot detect how tall that gap it is. So it may actually get in. Then if that object is about the same height as the cleaning bot, it will stuck there. It cannot move out, right? So with our solution, because it's a stereo eyes, we can actually recognize and detect, calculate exactly how tall is the object. So it's like a 3D vision. So that if we see something like that, we are not going to go in, right? So therefore, you can actually solve this problem. It's the most fundamental issue for the existing cleaning bot. And we also have solutions for other applications, for example, of the service robot. And we also trying to apply this to the cars for ADAS, those assistants for cars. So use that to detect the people or cars in front of the car while you are driving, so that you can actually, the system will apply a brake automatically, those kind of things.
That sounds like a fun project. And my question is, what kind of clients, you're looking for to, be your service product, buy this product?
Our client or customers are really broad. First, there are many research institutes or research centers. They're doing this kind of a computer vision development in universities. So those are one type of customers. Then the major customers are those companies that they are working on, like either service robot, like for example, Alibaba recently they announced that they have like a two robot that will be used in hospitals, used in their stores, right? All of those robots, they have to be able to move around by themselves, right? It's just like a car, self-driving cars. You have to solve the issue, like it has to know exactly where its location. It has to interact with people. It can actually go around, those obstacles. So all of those service robot companies, they are our customers, right? Then I mentioned that this cleaning bot application, right? So all of those manufacturers, they are making the cleaning bot. They are actually our customers. Then for the ADAS application, we basically work with those car manufacturers. Especially there one in China, we are working with them directly. So their plans to put this into their cars, and that will be in the volume production in a number of years.
Any obstacles you find, during using the AI technology? Because some people say, we need to gather a lot of data to make a breakthrough. As somebody in the industry, would you like to share your opinion about when do you think, the AI technology will be massively adopted to the public?
Well, I would say the one you talk about is, well, it has to collect a lot of data. That mainly applies to deep learning, because deep learning you basically you need a pair, right? You need the input, you need the output, so you need a lot of data so that you can build an accurate model. So that's true. I think for that type of applications, you are facing the issues like people may actually don't want to share that data, right? Or the data is very sensitive. Like for example, when we apply this stereo camera on the cleaning bot basically can see pretty much everything inside your house. Whether that will bring the issue, I think. Firstly, you have to kind of like be sensitive to this type of thing. For example, we are not going to let output. We just output the depth data instead of the real image data, right? So you won't be able to kind of like tell. So that's kind of like one way to desensitize the data. And also there are applications, the AI applications, you kind of like is a AI, but doesn't require a lot of data. Like for example, there are different approaches to our technology. We have some of those problems are solved with equations, with linear algebra, or those kind of things. It doesn't require a lot of data, right? So I think it's really depends.
Between the second category, which
yeah, the computer vision used to be is mainly in the second category, because everything kind of like you have to build a framework, come up with the mathematics to solve that problem, right? But recently we see deep learning. People are trying to apply deep learning to computer vision, so we see more and more applications. But there are definitely a lot of AI. They don't require a lot of data. Yeah.
Mentioning about the technology-wise, I know we discussed before. The team have more than 100 people right now. So are you currently expanding as well?
Yeah, we are expanding. We actually expanding really fast. At the beginning of the year, we have like 50 something people. Now we have 100. I think next year we'll, according to, based on our rate, it will be roughly like 200 people. Yeah, because now we have a solid foundation, fundamental technology. We are applying that to different sectors. So for each sector, you need a team to customize the solution and come up the total solution, right? So that requires a much bigger team.
Yes. It sounds like a really amazing project. So the question I'm actually asking for audiences in fresh grads or PhD students who are interested, what are the hiring requirement to join your company?
Yeah, we basically hiring. I would say not necessarily all of the top guys, right? Because of a team, you need the people doing all different things, right? But in general, I think we like people who really like the things we are doing, so that it's not really just a job; it's something they love, right? And also we like people, hardworking type of people, right? And also people who doesn't have to be always like PhDs, but they can actually have the skills to solve problems, right? That's really important in startups and also other companies as well. Like we give you a problem, and those problems are not something like you already did before, solved it before, right? So you need to figure out a way, try to maybe try to search on the internet, try to find some papers, or look at other people's work, then come up approach then develop the solution, then verify the solution, right? We need that type of people.
Thank you, Mr. Pang for the insight. I guess the audience, will know some, secrets to the fast-growing AI industry.